I am Roseanne Perla, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you can get in touch with me through my mobile QR code will take you to my Stampin' Up! Website. I have a special this month, all of April. It's my birthday month. Any order $25 and above will get you an entry into, let me just adjust this a little bit more. There we go. Into my prize wheel at the end of the month. And the prize wheel, every entry, $25, you could do, three $25 purchases if you wanted to. I wouldn't do that though. I would do a $75 purchase. Will get you the product of the month, which is a embossing folder. And I will show you the one I'm using. It is not this one, but it's a really cool one. I haven't gotten it yet. My order hasn't even left, and I put my order in at 2 a.m. on last Tuesday, and it still hasn't left the warehouse in Utah. But this is an embossing folder, and I think it's similar to this size, which is a 6 1/4 by 4 1/2. Okay, great size, and that embossing folder will do this kind of thing that I have here. So let me pull. This is on embossed cardstock, debossed side, which is indented, and the embossed side. So let me pull my pieces together. I was going to do that before I got on and go over what I'm using and doing. I am creating a card tonight. It is a fold card. It's the envelope fold, and I have some pieces in here. This is all part of my event that will be next month, May 30th, at the very end of the month. It's going to be a great event. It is based on this paper called Sweet. It is Homemade Sweetness. The paper is item number 167467. Made with Sweetness sticker sheet. There is a sticker sheet you can use with the cards and other items, and that is 167497. And it is a March online exclusive product. So it came out in March, and I'm just getting to this suite. I have the entire suite. It includes this ribbon, a pack of 12 by 12 paper, and I have some of this paper. I'm not going to use this ribbon. I tried to use it, and I was going to double it up, so that's why it's all out like that. And it's not working with the envelope fold. So here's some of the paper. This is one side, and that's the other side. Cardstock, strawberry slush. The colors that go with this are, and more than just this. This is just the recommended colors. Calypso Coral, Crushed Curry, Granny Apple Green, Misty Moonlight, Secret Sea, Strawberry Slush. And I do have swatches of that up on my board. Let me get my cardstock swatches. I keep them on my 12 by 12 frame. So we have Calypso Coral, Secret Sea. We have Misty Moonlight, Granny Apple Green, Strawberry Slush, and the Curry. Okay, not Calypso Curry. I don't know what I said, curry. Something curry. It is Crushed Curry. I think Calypso Coral is another color. I guess that's in here, but I don't really see it. I see Lemon Lolly, and Crushed Curry seems a little bit dark for this. So I see the Daffodil Delight maybe. So, I mean, Crushed Curry is the honey bear. That's what Crushed Curry is. So these are the swatches I'm using. Okay, and this is the card, half done. And I love this paper. So we're going to finish off the card. And I do have events coming up. The one announcement I want, and I will put this all out, I just made the flyer for it. I have to change. I have an appointment on the 21st. I have an appointment. So I'm not going to be able to do the evening kit together. I'm going to push it to April 19th, a little closer to the date, and I will have a whole thing of information out on that. Underneath here, I have my cushy mat to stamp. I do have the Stampin' Positioner tool. I'm not using that. I'm just going to stamp a little bit. But I'm going to give you the dimensions tonight and let you know how I did this, okay? So I took a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, okay? And I cut it, well, you know what I do now is I use the Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer and I score it at 4.5 first, and then I end up with 2 card bases. I cut it at 5.5, so 4.25, I'm sorry, 5.5, because this is 8.5. 4.25, 5.5, and I end up with 2 card bases, and I fold it, okay. So you have an 8.5 by what is this? 5.5 by 8.5 piece of cardstock. And this is why I don't usually do dimensions, but I'm doing it. So it is 5.5 wide by 8.5. Now with this card piece, you could do a card that opens this way or a card that opens horizontally. And we're doing a card that opens horizontally. I chose to do it as a card that opens horizontally. So you have that base piece, okay? And then what I did was I have another piece of Strawberry Slush cardstock. Now, if you wanted to do a different piece, it wouldn't really look like an envelope though. So I wanted to keep it all the same color, but you could add a different color if you wanted to this. And what you need to do is, I'm going to put this aside and show you what I did is I took the score piece, okay, and I need it on the long end, okay, so I want to go 3/4 of an inch scored at the top. Now, if this was DSP Designer Series paper, the paper is too thin to go back and forth that much, okay? And I didn't do this first. I actually embossed it first. So I have an embossed piece here, okay? Same size, which is, by the way, 3.5 by 5.5. 3.5 by 5.5, so you have that piece. You have this one that is 8.5 by 5.5. Okay, so you have those 2 pieces. You're going to score this at 3/4 on the top long side. You're going to score this at 4.25. Okay, so you have your card base going this way. And so this piece I need to score at 3/4. And then I glued it with regular, our liquid Tombow green glue. We call it the green glue. It has the green lid. Let me straighten this up because when I stamp, I'm going to need that. So what I did was I put it on the back. I didn't want to put it underneath here because I didn't like the way it folded in. So I tried all of that for you. So I did all of that for you. So I put it on the back so it has a little bit of embossing on the back. Now I could cover this up with a white piece of paper and have another piece, and I could do something with this as well. I was thinking I could make a pocket for a gift card here, so I can show you that as well. Okay, so we have that. We have it embossed. How did I emboss it? I had to use the large machine because this embossing folder is not thin enough. And as I said, I think it's 6.5 by 4 1/4 or 4 1/2, something like that. So this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. It's an 1/8 of an inch on all sides. Okay, 4 by 5 1/4. White cardstock. Cardstock, I do CS. Okay, and this piece is also 4 by 5 1/4. And this is DSP. It's the Designer Series paper. And it is called, again, I keep forgetting, Homemade Sweetness. You have no idea how many times I have used Homemade Sweetness. And I'm still forgetting. I took a leftover strip from the pieces that I cut. And so I have this little strip. You could put it on this side or this side. And then, so we have that and that. And then on the outside flap, we have another piece of DSP, a different part of Homemade Sweetness. It is the large jars. There is a sheet of small jars. You could use the small jars, but for the projects I'm using this for, from the May 30th class, I want to do, and it's an in-person class, but I am going to offer a virtual component of this class as well, so that anybody, anywhere, could do this class. So I will have the PDF available as well as the video, so you can put it together, and you can just purchase the class alone if you're, you know, in you know, a foreign country outside of the United States, in Canada, Australia. We are in, I think, 11 to 13 countries. I can't remember how many. And so you can still do the class. It's a great class. I will show you one more item that I've made and what I'm doing with this class. So this DSP is also 4 by 5 1/4. So you have 3 pieces, a white cardstock, a Homemade Sweetness DSP, this one, and then this one. Okay, and you could add an extra piece of white cardstock to cover this up if you wanted to. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I am not using ribbon. I tried and tried ribbon, and the ribbon bulked up, and I didn't like it. So these are the cutout labels, the die cuts. There are 2 stamp sets and die cuts that go with this. This one is more of the cards and things, and scrapbooking part of it. And I do have a cookbook, a scrapbook cookbook happening. So that Made with Sweetness is this one. And it has these great dies. Okay. And that's where I got my strawberry from that I'm going to use to stamp with. Okay. So you'll need a little piece of that. This stamp set and die cuts will be in the card making class May 30th. So you've got a lot of time for that. The other stamp set and dies are really cool. This die is huge. It is this big jar, and I will have one card with the jar, of course, and it also has the dies with all of these things. And this is the other polymer set. So the suite has 2 sets of stamps and 2 sets of dies. So the die and stamp bundles. And I just loved this set. It has this folder, which has all little ladybugs. It's like a picnic and like star flower things. You get this, not this one. I'm going to take this off. You get this beautiful ribbon. And I will show you, I've used it on, I will be using it on other projects, just not on this card. I couldn't use it on this card. So I'm going to savage this piece of ribbon though. This is the Secret Sea ribbon. Okay. And that is it. So you get 2 stamp sets, a pack of 12 by 12 paper, the ribbon, the embossing folder, two sets of dies. So you get the 2 bundles, and the 12 by 12 paper, which is just so darling. So I just love this set. And of course you could decorate your envelope. We'll do that maybe after. But I'm going to finish up this card. And remember to look for the class. I will post it tomorrow. I am a little bit behind. I've had some appointments and things, so I haven't been on top of it. Hi, Sharon. Thank you for watching. Thank you. So this die cut is one of the die cuts. And I did cut out a bunch of items. So there's this die cut as well for this one, and I did it in the Misty Moonlight and the blue. I did this one in white as well. There's this floral. I have that in blues as well. I just did both, you know. And then there's a couple of tags, and this is one of the tags. It's really, really cute. And I could have actually done the tag and put a bow on there, which would have been cute, or, you know. See, I didn't want to put it this way. These are all my thought processes that I'm giving you. There are these little flowers. I did them in yellow and white. And they actually go with one of the papers. The papers has these little flowers. It's it's Misty Moonlight with the white flowers. It's really cute. And there's a lot of other fruits. There's the, I actually colored in these. And some of them I didn't do too well. So then I cut them. And I hand cut a little bit of the white off. So either way, doesn't matter. And we will be doing that in the class. So I will show you with the blending markers how to color in. I'm not going to do that today. So it's just too much to do in a half hour. And I don't want to be on here that long. So I think going over the measurements and showing you is better. So how did I get this envelope this way, though? I showed you that I was going to attach that, but I didn't show you that what you do is you measure how wide this is. You find the center point, which was 2 3/4, because this is a 5 1/2, 2 3/4, right? And what I did was I marked it with a pencil right there, and then I had it folded over, okay, and I actually had it attached when I cut it, and I went from here, I opened it up, I went from here right to the point, and it came out perfectly, and I had that, and then right here to the point, and it came out perfectly. It's perfect. It's centered at 2 3/4, and I cut off these 2 pieces. That's all I did. And that's all part of the class. When I do my classes, I do teach a lot. So I do like to help people. But I will be giving videos for the classes. So you will get all of that done live. And, you know, you'll have every single step all laid out for you. And I will show you how to do everything. But you will also have a PDF written out. I feel that I like to stop and restart my videos and watch the videos to make things. That's my preference. I'm more of a visual person than reading those directions on a PDF piece of paper and trying to figure it out. What is she talking about? When I can actually see it and do it. Okay, so I decided that I'm going to use this one. And here's my choices. You can make this a Mother's Day card. Why not? You could write mom, or you can, if you do have a stamp set with mom, I have some old ones, and I think there is a new one. I looked up, there's two stamp sets, Memories in Bloom and Family Ties. Family Ties is the brand new one out, and that is a stamp set that has all of the family members on it. I have an old one with family members on it that is retired sometime this year. It's called She's the Greatest, and this is the mom one. I do have a dad one. It even has dog and cat, grandma, pet, sister, for the coolest, you're the best. So you could use any of those things. You know, if you have this stamp set, She's the Greatest, or maybe you find it online. I'm not going to let go of this one. I barely used it. I used it for one stamp, and so I'm going to keep it because I can use it. It uses Happy Mother's Day. So you would use these three stamps to do inside. I would put Happy Mother's Day, and what I'm choosing to do is You're the Sweetest and thank you. So I can either put thank you on the outside here, and then You're the Sweetest, but I'm going to put You're the Sweetest in the strawberry, and then in the inside I can put Happy Birthday and make this a birthday card. So I'm not going to put anything in the inside yet because I haven't decided what I want to put in there. So when you come to my classes, you get to choose your sentiments as well. I will bring the sentiments, and you decide what you want this card to be. Okay, do you want it to be a thank you? Do you want it to be thinking of you? Do you want it to be happy birthday? You decide, okay? This would make a great happy birthday. I think it's a little bit elaborate for a thank you. I like it as you could add a recipe card here using the recipe die. I'm going to be giving you a whole thing to do 5 recipe cards, so you'll be able to do those. And a recipe box we're going to be making, and so 5 cards and the recipe box, and this is one of the cards that we're going to be making. So and it is, my cards are always elaborate, they are always special, they are you will not have to cut anything, everything is pre-cut for you, and you just put it together. You will stamp though, you do stamp. So I'm going to put You're the Sweetest. And if I wanted to make this a Mother's Day card, I can even handwrite Mom, You're the Sweetest. So you would leave room for You're the Sweetest. I'm going to use Strawberry Slush, I decided, on here. I want to keep it in the Strawberry Slush color, although I could use Misty Moonlight, not a problem. I could use Night of Navy. I could use Secret Sea. It's up to you. You could use Granny Apple, and that is fine too. So let me get this inked up. This is brand new. I've never used You're the Sweetest. And you see how I'm inking that? And just getting the ink on that stamp only. And I'm going to press here. Very nice. Okay, so I know it's going to be a good impression. I only can stamp once because I'm not using my stamping tool. So I have one try. Okay, now you could go here and say, okay, I'm on that line right there, and this is about centered. Okay, this is when you don't have a stamping tool, and I have 1, 2, 3 letters, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I'm doing it with the bottom ones, and I still have room for Mom, and I'm centering it with these sides, and you take your time. I have a lot of new stampers, and I have people who say, I'm afraid to stamp. Well, you do have the oopsie side, which is the other side, but in my kits, I give you extra sentiment pieces. So if you are purchasing a kit, you do get extra sentiment pieces. Now I'm just holding this down. It looks like I'm pressing really hard, but I'm really not pressing that hard. I am giving a little firmness to this. I just shake a lot. So, and I'm letting it absorb, and I'm not moving it. So I kept it steady. Okay, You're the Sweetest. And I do have this with a dimensional underneath, just one. And then I'm going to add this with a dimensional underneath because I love my dimensionals. And I laugh about it. How many dimensionals can I use on a card? You should see me with scrapbook pages if I have to use dimensionals. Whoa. You like the jams and jellies. Love the paper. Hi, Jeannie. And I don't want you to be afraid to stamp. So you can come to my class and I will work with you and give you lots of opportunities. Okay. I'm going to add one of these berries on the side here. And I'm not going to put it on, well, you know what? I think I'm going to put it up here. It's a little safer. And I will put a dimensional on this end because it's up here. So otherwise, if it's down here, it's not really steady because there's nothing underneath. That's why I'm doing that. Okay, so I'm going to use a little bit of the green glue. Okay. And a dimensional on the top. There's my dimensionals. Do you need to have dimensionals? No. Okay. There we go with that. And no ribbons. I'm not using ribbons, but I do have some pretty extra things. And this month, if you spend, if you spend $75, you can get the product of the month for $5. And if you don't like this product of the month embossing folder, there is a stamp set from last month that it might be still available. It's really cute too. And I have that as well. I can pull it in a minute. Okay, so I have these, and these are from a different suite. They are from the Bug suite, which I will be doing this month. And then I have these ones that go with this suite, and they also come with the suite. I forgot about those. And it's strawberries and dots. Really cute. And I have a pack that's already open, so I'm not going to use this one. I'm not going to open that. But so as I was saying, if you spend $100, you get either a spool of ribbon, my choice, or a pack of embellishments. If you spend $100 this month, because it's my birthday month, so it's a special. This is all special. And I think I want a ladybug on here. I'm going to get my pick tool. And I have this bug. Yeah, and it is sticky. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to put the bug here because the ladybug, it's good luck. And I wanted to cover up. I had these two dots. I don't know where I got them from. Now, you could put a little Velcro here if you want to keep that down. Okay, you could do a little Velcro dot. You could do a magnet. Some people do a magnet, but this is just a card. If you want to add a recipe card, you could add a recipe card. If you want to add, and then I was going to put happy birthday in here. You're the sweetest. Happy birthday. I was going to put, yeah, because you could do a little magnet and then have a little magnet underneath here, and it would, attach there. Or you could put it here as well, and it would hide it. You wouldn't see it. I just love the card. It's just so darling. I was going to add a flower right there. Let me see. Do I need anything else? Probably not, but I'm going to add a little glue dot to this. A little glue right there. And then I do have a yellow center. I have a whole set of them. I did all these cutouts. So I have to pick it up with my pick tool. I could do a white center too, but I'm going to do a yellow center. I'm going to pick it up with the pick tool. And I'm going to do a tiny little dot right here. I don't want too much glue there. I just need so little glue. So if you're the type of person who rushes through things, you shouldn't. Take your time. Look, I got a little fuzz there. I think it's from my, yeah, I'm messing up my dot. I'm going to lose it. Okay, yeah. I needed that little bit of yellow there. And I'm going to scoot it over a tiny bit so that I show that stem. Okay. And I mean, you could add some berries or some dew if you want to. But there you have the card. I wanted to show you how easy it is to add a pocket. I'm going to grab a piece of cardstock, and I think I'm going to do the Misty Moonlight just to change it up a little. And I know that this is 5 1/2 and this is 5 1/4. So I'm going to do 5 1/4 by 2. Okay. 5 1/4 by 2. I'm going to cut. And I'm doing the quickest and easiest actually, I'm going to do 5. You don't need it to be that big. And I'm going to have these available for my class if anyone wants to add one. And I might go 2 1/4. For the depth. And see where that's going to fall? So I'm going to show off that paper still. And I'm going to grab a 1-inch punch. Now this one is not Stampin' Up, but since this is 5 and did I say 5 or 5 1/4? 5. So I know I'm going to punch it at 2 1/2 because that would be the center point. You could do this with a stylus, or you could do it with a pencil, okay? And I can see that. You probably are having a hard time seeing that, but I know that that's the center point. Now, in most of your punches, you have a center point as well. So I'm going to go to my center point, and I'm going to make this notch, okay? And you could round out your corners too with one of these if you wanted to, but I'm not going to do that today. And this is a large pocket, okay? It can fit cash. It can fit a lot of different things in it. Now, what I'm going to use, which I frequently do use for my pockets, I like to use these. And in my class that I did, the Blossoms, the floral set. Ooh, I didn't get the strawberry slush on there. Should have closed that. Okay. I use the foam adhesive strips, 141825, and I will have everything in the descriptions on my blog page. And what I do is I just take this, and you could add a little ink on the edges and just ink it up if you wanted to add a little bit to it. but I don't even measure this. I just put it on here, even though I know that it is 5. So I will go like this. Okay, and I do the edge. And then I just cut it with my scissors. And I'll do these 2 sides. I don't need it on the top because that's the opening. Although when I do my classes, I will have this measured and tell you where to cut it and everything. And then I'm probably going to take this piece and it's going to work perfectly, or just about. And then I just stick it back on there. See how easy it is? I just do the edge, and then I just go a little bit before. And it doesn't stick really fast. Like you see, I can get it back up. Okay, and then I go to this side. It's double-sided sticky. So, and I'm just going to cut off this little edge and throw it away because that's too tiny to save. I am a little bit frugal. I like to save little scraps and things, but just certain ones that I know that I can actually use. I have a whole bag of white cardstock strips that I've cut off of things, you know, making cards and things. And there I have that. Now, I could decorate this a little bit more. I could add the ribbon to the pocket if I wanted to. But now you have a nice pocket. You have a really nice pocket. And you still can add a recipe card. You could add a recipe card to this, okay? And it still closes just fine. Whoops. I knocked off my flower with the glue dot. I probably will glue this down after, since I thought that that wasn't holding, okay? And I probably would put either a little Velcro tab here, or if I'm doing a pocket, okay, for a gift card or a card of some sort. Or I would do a magnet, okay? Because this would be like a forever thing. And then I would have my message on the back here. Sorry, that's one of my Post-it note things. So I would have my message on the back here. I would put another, like I said, 4 by 5 1/4 white piece of cardstock. And that's it. There is this envelope card. That's what it's called. It's called an envelope card with the envelope flap. I'm going to show you the one piece that I've been working on, and that is the cookie box, the treat box. And this box is significant size. I think it's a 5 by 5 or a 6 by 6, and it will hold plenty of goodies. I am going to include in this class my jam thumbprint cookie recipe. I didn't make them today, but I will be showing off the cookies soon. And the reason I didn't is because right now, this is the regular acetate, and I'm going to go to Michael's, or I'm going to order online. I was looking for acetate that is food safe, because I don't want to have it not food safe, even though I'm going to put a regular food baggie inside here, as well as I have my own like bakery, deli. I grew up, my parents had a grocery store in the city of Rochester, and they had a deli and a meat market. So I have always had in my home, I keep wax paper deli sheets and bakery sheets. So, and I have a little ladybug on here, and it fits perfectly. Okay, you don't have to squeeze it on or anything. When you put it on like that, and you put it right down, it's snug but not squeezing, so it doesn't squeeze anything. I got this down perfectly. I had to do it a couple times because it was squeezing it, so now it doesn't squeeze anything. I had to take more than 1/16 of an inch off. It needed like 1/8 of an inch on each side, all 4 sides actually. So I love this. I did the stamp from the stamp set. I did some embellishments here. I did 2 tags. I used the ribbon here and a piece of thread and a little dot, the dew dots. Okay, I have some dew dots and some, I have 1 strawberry, and I just love this. So this is a belly band, okay? It actually gaps there, And I was just going to put sweet, and so it would be like a bridge word, and the belly band would be open and you would see through to the cookies. But then I decided I didn't like that. I wanted it to be a little bit more sturdy belly band. And yes, so I love that. So I did say you will be making a second box, and that will be, this box you're not going to make. I'm actually going to, well, you'll put a couple things together. You'll probably put the belly band together. But otherwise, the box will be made for you because we only have 3 hours. And to make the cards and the recipe box, you're going to be making the recipe box. This is my special treat to you. And you will get probably a dozen thumbprint cookies as well in the box. So that's it. That is my whole thing. Now, you know what else you could do? You can make a belly band for this as well. You could do a belly band on here, or an attached band that you do take off and on. But I think that would take away from this front DSP, which I wanted to show off. It does have nice pieces of DSP and gorgeous, lots of, embellishments and things, and the embossing folder. So great use of this whole suite. Check out this suite. I will put this in the descriptions tomorrow and show you everything that you might need for the class, but you won't need everything. And the class is going to be probably between $30 and $35 for everything. So that's the whole price for the class. So I think it's really great. Hi, Ann. Nice to see you, Ann. Thanks for watching, everyone. And stay tuned this week. I will be posting a little bit more. I always say I am, but I actually am going to post some of these items and some updates on the classes and things. So everything will be posted. I'm only going to have a virtual class. I'm not going to do the in-person class at the end of this month, and I will be putting that out. That is a pop-open box, and it's Mother's Day, Father's Day, and graduation cards. So that is this month's class. This is the May 30th class, and I'm getting that out now. That is an in-person class, and you can sign up tomorrow for this class. Thanks for watching. Happy crafting. I hope you watch again this week.